welcome to the Double EP, featuring FireFlood Theater's Mercutio and Ophelia, author director Nicholas Amott, and lead actor Holly Griffith. Our featured artist of the week, improviser, actor, magician, and writer Mike Kosowan. And of course, our lovely hosts, Denis de la Violette and Kitty Kamenyeki. Don't forget our weekly contest. Now it's time for the Double EP.
Welcome to another edition of the Double EP. I'm Denis de la Violette.
And I'm Kitty Kamenyeki. And today in the studio we have Nick Amott and Holly Griffith. And they are both coming to us from FireFlood Theater, where they are producing Nick Amott's creation, Mercutio and Ophelia.
That's right. So, Mercutio and Ophelia. Two characters from two classic Shakespearean classics. Let's use the word again, for lack of a better word.
So, classic word.
First of all, how did you two meet? Holly?
Okay, well, I went to an audition for Tim Oberhoser for the Vanity Project, which was put on at the Fringe that just passed in Ottawa, and Nick Amott was the lead. He was singing in it, and that's where we met. And so we did the audition, and then we did the fun part, and good friends ever since.
Was he any good? Is he a good singer?
He's great.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, sorry. Yeah.
I think so.
And when the time came to, start putting the show together, hold auditions and what have you, she requested to have one. And at the end of the day, it came down to three possible Ophelias. One which was very much the kind I was used to, young and demure. One which was incredibly strong-willed, very outgoing. And Holly here, who had a very nice, natural mix of the two of them. And it was a tough decision, but so far, not disappointed at all. Very happy, in fact.
Excellent.
So, Nick, what inspired you to create this play?
2011-2012 was a year in which I really worked with a lot of Shakespeare. I really delved into a lot of his worlds, Twelfth Night, All's Well as Ends Well, Macker's, and Hamlet and R.J., of course, which I grew up with. And I just had the idea of, okay, all these different universes, what happens if they were torn out of it, and what happens if they were to meet in some way, like a whole crowd of them, or simply narrow it down to just two representatives of different worlds meeting. What would they be able to talk about? What kind of dialogue? And I decided for the venture I'd just go with two of his most famous plays and two of his most legendary characters, which were Mercutio and Ophelia. Very different people, but what they have in common is that within their two plays, Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet, they're pulled into the plot and actually crushed by it. So their fate is set. This just explores a deeper side to them.
Okay.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Now you're Holly. You're presenting a modern version of Ophelia, if I may say so. So what? Okay, as a modern actress, as a modern woman, and knowing that this Ophelia really was a secondary character, originally, but now she's sort of up there and carrying most of the play, well, half the play anyway. What characteristics as a modern woman do you bring to this production?
Well, I mean, the language is mostly contemporary, so I think that's fascinating because Shakespeare, there's so much hidden meaning. There's a lot of imagery. There's double entendres, etc. This is sort of just more in your face. Here's how I feel, and here's how I function as a human being. So it's easier in terms of the text I've been given to play her as a human being who's completely broken out of a model of speech, a family setting. Social,
Everything she's grown up with, essentially.
Yeah. So it's easy to what I want to do with her, and what I am doing with her is making her a human being, breaking her ego down, and rebuilding her in a way that she doesn't get to do in Hamlet. She's always got a mask on in Hamlet. She's doing what's expected of her and speaking in a way that's expected of her in Hamlet. And here she is at a bar, being herself, the most ugly self, but the real self, how people really can be when they're at their limit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Brendan Richardson, who's our Mercutio, as he was for the last production, The two of them on stage, I've seen them in a very particular scene where their connection really starts to be strengthened. At first, they're very much strangers, but the chemistry they have it's amazing. Like, it's something, they add something to the characters which I could never even imagine.
Excellent.
So, so Nick, this being the second run of Mercutio and Ophelia, and it's in a different place, and you're, different cast and everything. How has the play grown and changed since the first time you put it on?
In every way imaginable. It's like script-wise, I've done some adjustments to it. Setting-wise, I've had to broaden my sort of thinking because the original production was in such an intimate space, the basement at the Royal Oak on Laurier Street. Acting, the performances, they've taught me so much about the characters that I had never even thought of, as I suggested. So, and learning a lot of things about producing and directing when, the Fringe Festival isn't necessarily doing a lot of things for you. But yeah, complexities aside, even though they're a part of it, it's a wonderful experience. Like, it has grown in more ways than I could have imagined, and hope to do it again someday. Probably will.
Excellent. Now, I understand you're going to be producing the show at the Avalon, brand new space here in Ottawa, and very exciting to be one of the first productions to actually sort of get the boards warm for everyone. Now, I'll ask you individually. First of all, as an author and a producer and director, and also as an actor, how do you find the space? We'll start with Holly.
I think it's fantastic. I think there's so much to be intimate with. I mean, that's kind of like artist speak, but because it is a very intimate space and it is a dynamic space. It's just multidimensional in so many ways. Like, even the textures, like the brick and other wall. I can't really remember it right now. You've got levels, and the acoustics are fantastic. It's just really good to be intimate with it. I really enjoy it.
And you find it works for you in the setting that Nick has created?
Absolutely. The brick sort of, and the windows, it sort of looks medieval in a way. And then it's because there's a contemporary language. It's also very modern. It's very, I don't know how to describe it.
It's a nice hybrid of those two little
exactly.
worlds, which are like exactly what this play is going for.
And it's very cozy. I like the feel of it.
Yeah, it is.
It's a very cool space.
So it's inspiring to work in.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And for you as an author, what would motivate you to present in this space?
Well, it was the excitement and honor that would be garnered by working in a very new space. When I first walked into it, I actually had the problem of not knowing what to do with it because of the setting I was used to. There was just so much potential for the space. Levels, character, bricks, and acoustics. No, it was absolutely amazing. So, it's very much been exploring the space as in exploring the play, and I like what we've done with it so far.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
And I think Chris and John have created a really nice space. I mean, that's where they house the acting company, which is great. And it's right up here on Bank Street. It's
738 Bank Street.
738 Bank Street.
Road.
Yeah, the Avalon. So, yeah, excellent.
Cool. Now, what would you say is the biggest draw for people to come and see you guys at the Avalon producing this play? Like, what are the things that you want people to come and see you for?
Well, the review that I heard, which summarizes best, is that if you're fans of Shakespeare, if you really enjoy his works as much as I do, then you'll love the play. If you're not, if you are aware of his characters, or even if you don't, I think you'll love the work as well. Because it's not just a reflection of his characters, it's a reflection of two people meeting in a bar, a love-hate relationship, and so many things beyond that. It's two lives being told on stage, essentially. Who just happen to be Shakespeare characters. And yeah, the production is being put on almost entirely by emerging young artists who, so far are doing a very good job.
Excellent. So the company again is?
FireFlood Theatre.
And you formed this company just recently, correct?
Just recently. It originally just began as a venue for this very show, actually, back in Fringe 2012. And once it was established, I began to really think into it and thought, okay, what can I do with it now? And yeah, we've every year we've just tried something new. The Ottawa Theatre Challenge, Fringe again, and then this. We're also doing something for Fresh Meat in October 17th to 19th. And yeah, our mandate, what we're trying to create is theater which presents epic storylines and vast universes, but tells it through very intimate characters, settings, and narratives. condenses it into one very intimate scene that people can relate with.
Great.
Well, excellent. It sounds like a wonderful production, and we really look forward to seeing it.
Now, being our guests this week, do we have a contest and/or prizes to give away?
Yes, we do.
Great.
All right.
We have 2 tickets to give away, and the question is if on our Facebook page, on the FireFlood Theatre Facebook page, in the description section, there are 3 points that we make about what theatre is. Theatre is blank, theatre is blank, and theatre is blank. If you email fireflood.theatre@gmail.com with what those 3 things are, you will have the chance of winning 2 free tickets.
Excellent. So you'd like the response to send to? Give us the address again.
fireflood.theatre@gmail.com.
gmail.com. Excellent.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, once again, it sounds like a very exciting production. It was a pleasure meeting both of you today, and we wish you all the best of luck. Now, give us again the dates.
October 25th to 27th and November 1st to 3rd, 8 p.m. on Fridays and Saturdays, 2 p.m. on Sundays.
At the Avalon.
At the Avalon Theatre.
Excellent. And now, to find out more about your production and about yourselves, do you have a Facebook page or a website?
Or Twitter or
we have a
anything?
Facebook page, a Facebook event for the production. We have the Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn. We don't have a firm website yet. But no, you can find myself and FireFlood on Twitter. You can find both of us as well as the company on Facebook. So
Okay,
we're
so
out there.
So what are the addresses? Or the
The
handles?
specific at FireFlood THTRE for FireFlood itself, and myself is at Exhibit Amott.
Okay. And the company itself on Facebook is at?
I can't remember the exact address, but if you look up FireFlood Theatre, you will be able to find us.
Okay, excellent. All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you very much for coming in. We really appreciate you taking the time to come out, and we wish you all the best with the production. And we look forward to seeing it. Absolutely.
Thank you very much for having us.
And stay tuned. We have an excellent performer coming up for our Artist of the Week, Mike Kosowan.
So stick around.
Stick around. Welcome to the second half of the Double EP with our special featured Artist of the Week, Mike Kosowan. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Great, thanks.
Welcome to the show. Now, you're an all-around performer, entertainer. I mean, you juggle, you do magic, you do improv, you just do it all, it seems. But what is your main passion? What do you like doing the most?
Well, I started with improv, and I still find that improv's my main passion. It's something magical about being on stage with no script, no idea where it's going to be going, as well as you kind of have control, as well as you can make up the storyline as it goes. But it's a nice balance between no control and having control. So, and the audience knows that, and they just feed into it so much more than just a scripted show. So
Cool. What got you into the world of improv?
Well, I started doing improv with the CIGs in the Canadian Improv Games. So I started in high school. And then after that, when I went to university, there's not a lot of English improv at Ottawa U, where I went. So some friends and I, we started the improv club and started building from there. And I met other performers that did start doing improv in Ottawa. And so I joined up with them and just kept snowballing from there.
Excellent. Now, you also have a background in theater, and as I mentioned before, you do improv. So how does that help you with, for example, the magic aspect of what you do? How does that help you?
Well, it's a lot of people who I guess start out in magic start as a young kid, and they're practicing, making sure everything's perfect, and they build up to that level of performance. I'm coming kind of from the opposite direction, where I have a lot of performance background, but it's all the technical and trying to learn the trick, learn the process of it, and the script of it, if you will, and then start building that, and then adding performance elements onto it. So I kind of just throw all my experiences at it and make up something new or something fun. Is my hopes to get a really big magic show eventually.
Cool. So I understand that you've taken a tour of the Fringe circuit. Do you plan on doing that again in the future?
Yeah, I hope to bring improv, like our Ottawa Grimprov, which is the group I work with, to other fringes, because I got to go with Black Sheep Theatre a couple of years ago. We went to the, Winnipeg, Saskatoon, and Edmonton Fringe. And we were doing a play, and it just seems like it's there's a lot of good response to improv. They have like rapid fire theater and larger companies there, so it'd be fun to go visit them and show them what we can do here in Ottawa. So
Excellent. So I understand you're actually going to perform for us today. We
Yes.
actually have a clip of you performing. Is that
Yep.
correct? So I guess we'll. Is there anything you want to set it up with? Is this?
It's just a little bit of card magic, nothing too fancy. It's I like to think I'm still learning a little bit, and eventually I'll get my own style and adapt it to what I want to do and how I want to do it. So,
Excellent. So here's the clip.
all right, I'm gonna have you shuffle the cards.
Certainly.
This is to ensure that they're mixed up
Yeah,
as cards should be.
of course.
Whenever you feel
There you
they're
go.
perfectly shuffled, excellent, excellent. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do, I'm gonna have when's your birthday?
March
March. Which number month would that be?
3.
3. So I'm gonna say stop.
Stop. Oh, okay. Stop.
Okay. And would you like to go 3 to the left or 3 to the right?
3 to the left.
My left or your left?
My left.
It's my right. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we'll just give that a little cut. So there's your card. Actually, hold on to your card. I want you to hold on to it. Show the camera. Make sure.
There you go.
Excellent. All right. So I'm gonna have you pick 4 other cards,
Okay.
and these ones you don't have to look at.
Okay.
They should be unknown to everyone.
Unknown to everyone.
Yes, including the audience.
There we go. 4.
All right. And now mix your card in with those 4.
Don't want to forget.
Yeah, don't forget it. Excellent. Okay, so basically we have 4 cards. I don't know what your cards are, so what I'm gonna do, when I do magic, people know that magic isn't really necessarily real anymore. It's actually more of a psychological idea. That do you play poker?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. So you have a great poker face.
Sure.
Excellent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna show you each card one at a time,
Uh-huh.
and I need you to say the sentence, "No, that is not my card."
Okay.
So I'm gonna go through each one at a time for you. So take a look at the card. Is this your card?
No, that is not my card.
Can you lift your chin up just a little bit? Thank you. All right. Is this your card?
No, that is not my card.
Okay. Is this your card?
No, that is not my card.
Okay. Is this your card?
No, that is not my card.
Okay. And is this your card?
No, that is not my card.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The card has disappeared. It has vanished. It's gone. Well, not necessarily.
No.
We have 1, 2. Whoops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we go. What we're gonna do? I'm gonna take your card. Just by passing my hand over, I'm gonna turn it invisible.
Okay.
Okay. We're gonna slide the card out of the pile. We're gonna place it right there.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna turn the card over and put on my glasses, so that I can see what your card. Oh. Okay, I see.
You see.
Yes. Was it a high or a low card? No, don't answer that. Was it high or low? High or low? Oh, your eyebrows went up on low, so I'm gonna say it was probably a low card between 1 to, let's say, 10. Nice and low. Okay. Was it? How about red or black? Red, black, red, black.
Am I telling you this time, or are you reading it?
Oh no! It's black
okay.
for sure, isn't it? Well, I'm actually looking at it
Yes,
right
yes,
now,
of
so
course.
Yeah, it's a black card, low, so it's probably a spades, most likely. Oh, you can say yes or no for those if it's right or wrong.
Okay, yes.
Yes, it
Yes,
was a
you're
spade,
right.
so it's probably the 6 of spades because
There
it's
you
right
go.
there. You don't believe me, do you?
I do.
You don't. No,
Well,
you don't.
I mean, I believe
Check
you that
those
that
4
was my
cards.
card.
Just slide those cards out. Just slide them.
Oh, do I look at them?
Well, just take a look.
Okay. There are only 4 of them, so
And I'll take
my
your card.
is
I'm
invisible.
going to take your card and put it back into the deck. So turn those cards over.
My card is no longer there.
Well, it's obviously just to pass your hand over the whole deck, like that. You're just going to turn the card visible again. And what we have, your card.
Awesome. That was really fun.
That was excellent. Excellent. I wish I was that handy. You know what I'm saying? So tell us, Mike, what are your next big projects coming up?
Well, next big projects, I'll be working with Grimprov for the Fresh Meat Festival. That's coming up very shortly, actually. And then other than that, just trying to think of new ideas to work with improv. We have a really cool idea with making kind of a Play-Doh mask. So we're going to do our own version of Commedia dell'arte, but improvised characters that we'll be able to create and manipulate on the spot.
Cool. Now I understand you might be writing something?
Yes, I've written some plays in the past, and I'm working on another weird project. I usually write very psychologically dark comedies that get
nice.
very absurd and very strange.
Awesome.
So I'm have one in the process of finishing and slowly, hopefully, finding some people to workshop it. And it's going to be about basically a man and his memories and how they kind of end up time traveling through his own mind. So it's going to be something strange and something silly.
Something
Very
strange and something silly. Sounds like something we want to go and see.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Now, I know that you're all over the place. I managed to catch one of your performances with Crystal Basement.
Yep.
And I know that you're, because of the variety of stuff that you do, you're a little bit everywhere. Now, if somebody wants to keep in touch with you, if somebody wants to find out where you're performing next, what is your contact information?
Well, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter with Grimprov, and it's grimprov.wordpress.com is our website. The next projects coming up are the Fresh Meat Festival, so that'll be from the first week. We'll be with Grimprov hosting as well as performing from the 17th to the 19th at 7 p.m. at the Lunenburg. It's on Waller Street. And then once that's done with, I'll be performing again. It's a regular performance with Crystal Basement every last Tuesday of the month at the Atomic Rooster on Bank Street. And with Grimprov, which performs the first and last Wednesday of the month. It's like a sandwich thing. It'll be the 30th, if to sum it up, at the Cock and Line on Spark Street.
Okay, and that's all detailed on your Facebook page and all that. And the you gave us a Facebook address?
It'd be the Grimprov page. People find it.
Just
Grimprov
type
and
it in.
Yeah,
Search.
there's another there's a Grimprov.com, which is a murder mystery company, but that's in the States, so they're pretty awesome. They actually contacted us once. It was very strange.
Excellent. Well, listen, thank you very much for coming on the
thank
show.
you.
We wish you the best of luck with everything that's coming up, and it was a real pleasure to have you here with us, and drop by anytime. We'd love to see you.
Well, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
For sure. Join us again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.